Welcome to Insights into Insurance from the A-Team at Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
It's a Saturday morning, and that means it's time for Insights into Insurance here on 1450 KATE. Mike White's along with you, and we're going to leave Tom Sorensen at home today, and hopefully he'll recover from the cold that he's been fighting. But we welcome in just as well Jolene Honkomp. And good morning to you, Jolene.
Good morning, Mike. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful on this Insights into Insurance program on Saturday morning. And as I said, we'll leave kind of Tom out of the loop. This is going to be a fun program today, Jolene, because a lot of questions you get asked, Americana Insurance gets asked as far as life insurance. So we thought we'd maybe just kick things off with what we'll call Life Insurance 101.
Yeah, that sounds good, Mike. I know I did a radio show before, and I went over the types of insurance, and I'll kind of touch on this as I'm going through. But I wanted to talk about the reasons to buy life insurance. We all know that the loss of a loved one leaves us with an emotional loss, and we have to go through a grieving process. But without adequate life insurance or financial resources on hand to pay the expenses of funerals and other things that can arise, it can also leave us with a devastating financial burden. So today I'd like to go over the most common reasons to buy life insurance, or what I call insuring your love.
Yeah, a lot of people, when it comes like for funeral expenses, I've seen it before, Jolene, and that's they want to set up a GoFundMe page, and not to say that is wrong, but if you had life insurance, it would help reduce the burden of those loved ones.
It would, and that's something, when you talk about a funeral, you're going through a lot of emotional things when you lose someone, and that is something, the last thing that you want to think about, but it's immediate, and that funeral home wants their money immediately. So it's just something to think about. The number one reason to buy life insurance is to replace income. So if someone depends on your income to support a household, for example, a spouse or dependent children, just think of what would happen if you were removed from that picture. For sure, it would cause a lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the main reason to buy life insurance, to replace that lost income. And for a number of years, you want to replace that income. You want to give someone a chance to kind of, settle things down, start thinking a little bit more clearly before they have to start making some financial decisions just to, maintain their day-to-day life. The younger you are, the more life insurance you're going to need. So like I mentioned before, that unexpected death and the loss of income places a large burden on survivors. And that's why I like to say you're insuring your love. So a lot of times that change in lifestyle means selling a home.
And it's a tough decision, Jolene, because a lot of folks say, well, gee, to get life insurance, I have to make a monthly payment, and I don't see that money ever coming back, and I don't want to waste my money paying a life insurance policy because I'll let my kids or my grandkids, or I'll let someone else take care of the burden. Number one reason is, as you say, it's to replace income for that person that you have just lost to help do those monthly bills. Exactly.
And a lot of people think debt goes away after they pass away. Those creditors come after whatever is left in your estate. So they do get paid, and sometimes that's why I say it means selling a house. A lot of people, when I meet with them and they're thinking about life insurance, number one question I get, how much do I need? A lot of times people don't even know where to start. And most life insurance companies have a simple calculator. I also use one when I'm working with people, if they don't have an idea of what they're looking for and want some numbers to back that up, you go through some simple questions that normally anybody can answer, and then we come up with some amounts that are based on the person's age, their income level, family, for example, the number of children, the ages of the kids, and any other assets that would be available. So even looking at retirement accounts, so you come up with a valid amount of life insurance, And depending on their age, how many years they would have to replace that income. It also takes into consideration your mortgage, other outstanding debt. When you look at the age of children, it's calculating possibly, college in the future so that money is out there, so that all of the things that you intended can still happen.
And there, one puzzle piece, Jolene, as we always talk with Tom about putting the puzzle pieces together to make a good puzzle and make sure you're covered properly. One coverage doesn't fit all because everybody's situation is completely different. And that's why if you would sit down with Jolene and she can kind of go through the process, as you say, you have a calculator, but not all fits just one mold.
Right. And, when you're looking at this, normally when you're looking at replacing income, it's roughly, looking at 10 times your income up to 20 times for that life insurance amount. It doesn't all have to be permanent insurance, which is more expensive, because your needs change as your children get older, as you're getting closer to retirement. So normally you buy that higher amount in term coverage, which you can buy up to a 30-year level term, and then you can supplement, to pay things that are going to be permanent for that smaller amount of coverage.
We're visiting with Jolene Honkomp with Life Insurance 101, Americana Insurance, on our Insights into Insurance program here on this Saturday morning. Also, probably the two most common reasons is to get life insurance we've talked about. That's to cover a debt.
Right. That's the second most common reason. It's to cover a mortgage, and even loan balance on farm equipment is very common. A lot of times banks, depending on how much collateral you might have, a bank might require you to buy life insurance to secure that loan because banks want to get paid for that money that you have taken. And on that other hand, you don't want to leave that debt there for your loved one to have to pay for you. So it's another good reason. And for this, you would buy term insurance because normally that mortgage is going to be, 20 or 30 years. If you have a car loan, if you buy equipment, there's going to be a number of years that is on that loan. So this is very common to buy your term insurance for that specific period, and that's going to be, inexpensive depending on your health. But that's where you would see term insurance commonly used.
Another question or reason to buy life insurance, and that's looking at the final expenses.
Right, and this is going to be your funeral coverage. This is going to be in your smaller amounts. I typically see this either as a supplement to replace income, where I said you usually buy some permanent, you buy the bigger amount in term. Everyone is going to die. Everyone is going to have to pay for some type of funeral, and there might be some, debt that is out there as you get older that you would want to pay off. So normally I see this coverage anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. In some cases, they even buy it $100,000, if they buy it when they're younger. But this is going to be permanent coverage. You want this there when you need it, and it really helps with your loved ones when they have to arrange for that funeral. They don't have to worry about, having someone set up that GoFundMe page or having someone collect money or have benefits, because that money is there immediately for you to pay for that funeral and any of, sometimes there's medical expenses that have to be paid on top of that. And that takes care of it, so it really mitigates that financial burden.
We're visiting with Jolene Honkomp on our Insights into Insurance program with Americana Insurance on KATE. Jolene, we've got a lot more to talk about as we are discussing Life Insurance 101. When we come back, we'll have a few of the other top reasons why you should buy life insurance when we come back with our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE.
You got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your Nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Products availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
For all your many sides, there's Nationwide. Call Americana Insurance Group at Albert Lea and Wells today.
Welcome back to our insurance program with insights into insurance. Americana Insurance, we gave Tom Sorensen the weekend off, but we welcome in Jolene Honkomp again. And Jolene, we're talking about the number one reasons why to buy life insurance. Another good reason is to help pay estate taxes.
That's true, especially true for farmers and business owners. Assets can add up quick when you look at land, house, buildings, machinery, and equipment. If someone has assets over the exclusion for estate taxes, there is federal exclusion right now, right around $5.5 million. That's per person. The good thing about that, it's going up to a little bit over $11 million per person. We all know tax laws can change, so again, in the future that can change. But right now, that's a pretty high number. I don't have to worry about federal estate taxes, and I'm sure a lot of other people are in that arena because per person, husband and wife, that would be close to $23 million. The problem is, however, Minnesota is only one of 18 states that impose an inheritance tax. So in 2018, that amount is $2.4 million, but that exclusion is going to go up to $3 million by 2020, and then it's going to stay level. I don't see that going away. So that does affect a lot of people, especially the business owners and the farmers. So a lot of times you buy permanent coverage to take care of those estate taxes. They have to be paid in cash. There's a 90-day period. You can get an extension, but the government wants their money. What I'd like to see happen in this case is what's called a second-to-die policy. So instead of having two insurance policies covering a husband and wife or two business partners, you can do a second-to-die. So you get that one amount of coverage. It covers both individuals, and it pays out at the second death when those estate taxes are going to have to be paid. So it keeps the costs down. It's a little bit more effective, and that's good for business owners. Also, for businesses, you have to think of succession planning. So you have sometimes life insurance for business continuation, which is also called a buy-sell. And normally that's covering the amount of the business or 1.5 times the value of the business to take care of future growth if the value would go up. And that's used to equalize the estate. And normally it goes to the named new operator that the owners would like to take over that business to pay out anyone else that would have interest so that they can go ahead and come in and continue that business as if nothing happened.
And the scary part, Jolene, is on some of these that don't have life insurance, I call them the critters coming out of the woodworks, because if they find out that a loved one has passed away and you're not sure that business is going to continue, if there's some type of a balance, so to speak, maybe at a store or something, they're going to come after you. They're going to want their money right now and then.
Oh, they are, yep. And a lot of times, you see this in a lot of cases, money can bring out the worst in some people. And yet, you hate to have that happen. So it's nice to have the life insurance to take care of things, keep things clean, keep it smooth. The other thing you can do is key person life insurance, and that's going to be a key person to any business or any farm operation. So if something were to happen to that key person that was intended to take it over, or maybe they're bringing in a lot of revenue, that life insurance will help give that business some operating capital to keep things going and to keep operating profitable until they can figure out what to do with that loss and work through it.
And of course, these are just some of the top reasons you should buy life insurance. And Jolene, you've gone through some of the top reasons, but it doesn't end just here.
Nope, it doesn't. Life insurance is not what I call a one-and-done process. As with anything else, life always changes. Your needs change over time. Your family changes. Your jobs change. And it also holds true if you run a business. You may buy more land, buy more equipment. So things are always changing. So it's important to have reviews on your life insurance, just like you would do for your home and auto or even your business coverage. As you are changing, you are calling and adding extra equipment. You're switching cars, making sure that everything is covered. You want to also do that with your life. That's very important.
Lots of changes can take place from, of course, marital status, as we've talked about, death in the family, maybe you're a new parent or adoption of children, a change in the job. Really, anything could trigger that. You want to get with Jolene and Americana Insurance and go over those changes and let them know that there are changes that have taken place versus finding out at the very end. It's like, oh, I didn't notify my insurance company that we bought some more land.
Right. And the other thing that I want to touch on, also when I do these reviews, whether it's something that I sold to you or we work together on, I look at everything that you would have that you could possibly put a beneficiary on. A beneficiary keeps things at a probate. It will pass directly to the person you name, and it's very important. I can't tell you how many cases I've run into, myself being guilty of this, when there is a change that people do not think about, even if it's group insurance that they have through their job or a policy that they bought 10 years ago. They don't think about updating that beneficiary. And just to give you one case that I did run into, it did turn out well, but someone took out life insurance. They named the beneficiary at the time. They were young. They named a girlfriend. Things did not work out. This person ended up getting married to someone else. They had a child. He died in a car accident. And the beneficiary, when they pulled that life insurance,
was the girlfriend.
Was named the ex-girlfriend. Luckily, it was in a smaller town. The ex-girlfriend knew his current wife, knew the situation, and she had a fairly new baby at the time and handed that money over. But not all cases end that way. So it is very important, and that is the one thing that I will make sure that I review, and we'll go through everything that you have that you can name a beneficiary on.
Take those puzzle pieces, we put them together, we get a puzzle. You don't want to end up in a probate court, and you want to make sure the proceeds go where they are needed and where they should go.
Yes, that's very important.
All right, Jolene, a fast Saturday morning program on our insights into insurance, but as always, very beneficial. If they have questions about their life insurance and they want to schedule an appointment, Jolene, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call Americana Insurance. JH Financial is right in their office, and you can call me at 507-377-2000.
That's Jolene Honkomp with Americana Insurance. And Jolene, as always, thanks for doing a little one-on-one insurance buying here on our Insights into Insurance program. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks, you too, Mike.
All right, that's Jolene Honkomp with our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from the Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.